Hey everybody, let's take a look at the Man-Bat Premium Format from SIDESHOW. Look at that beautiful face, guys. We'll drop down more later, but real quick, we're going to be looking more at the left side of the statue. Showing a lot of the detail of those arms, those wings, the massive amount of sculpting and paint that went into this, and those just the sheer amount of mass that these wings have, and they were definitely stressful to put on. The beautiful fur on Man-Bat is very well done, definitely a step up from the Werewolf by Night, and I love the rust effect on this base. Very beautiful side. Looking at the left side of this statue, kind of just really the same thing going on down this. Just, I love the vein work. I love how dark these arms are. I love the fur, the way it just connects. The paint application was honestly perfect. Looking down at the front of this base though, looking at the crushed bat signal, there's a lot to go on over here. There's rust, there's claw marks, even the back of the statue, how well done the spine is, and the texturing on his skin coming down to the back of the jeans. Like, this is something that SIDESHOW should be extremely proud of. This is something that I haven't seen them do this strong in a project in a very long time. The 1942, you guys can see a lot of that rust, the blackness, and I love the piping and the destroyed rubble down here. There's the USB-C cord and the button to change the LED lights, but there's just a lot to take in with this piece, as you guys can see, and those wings are as fragile as they look. Look at those pants, like, incredible amount of detail, just they look so lifelike. There's so much texture in that the deeper you just go, and just the paint applications from the rips to the skin. It's just a huge improvement from stuff like, I would say, the the Moon Knight. Looking here at the face sculpt of Man-Bat here, how massive it is, how much texture and detailing went into those teeth, the gums, the inside of the tongue, just the eyeballs, under the eye sockets, everything. This piece just screamed sheer beauty. And I'm honestly surprised how big SIDESHOW decided to go with this. And my favorite part of this piece, this right here. This makes it seem like it's an embryo. It's so disgusting. It's creepy. It helps with that just disturbingness of the horror that Man-Bat is. Just super beautiful, whether you have it white or red. It's gross looking, and I love how much it just amplifies the vein effect on this piece. A sheer 10 out of 10 from SIDESHOW. It's just great. Buddy, we are back on top, I guess you could say, or on bottom, because he is on the bottom shelf. We are here to talk about my full thoughts, my full review on the Man-Bat statue from SIDESHOW Collectibles, and really what I think about this piece just in general, and am I excited for what we received? Is this the what did John and I call it tonight? Was everyone said this statue's gonna be the dress situation? Is it blue? Is it gold? That sort of thing. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, because people do think that this is a completely different statue than what we received in the beginning, due to the different paint colors in the arms. When they first announced this statue, it looked a lot more gray than what we got in the final product, but you know, final product shows something a little different, so I mean, they could say it's not a different statue, but it kind of looks like it was, but that's not what we're here to talk about. This piece is something that if you are even doubting it just a little bit, do not doubt this piece whatsoever. Swipe it up right away, put it in your collection. If you are a fan of Batman, strictly collect Batman statues and those rogues, this are one of those that you, honestly, in my opinion, you have to have in the collection. There's going to be no company, in my opinion, and I've been thinking on this for the last couple hours since we unboxed this, because this is still the same day that I unboxed it that I'm making this review. I want the feelings to be fresh, you know, and I don't think that there's going to be a company that can top the design that SIDESHOW was able to do for Man-Bat. Even with the level that Prime 1, Legendary Beast, they take their take at it, it'd be awesome. But in my opinion, no one's going to beat the level of, what's the right word I'm thinking of? the integrity, the love, the passion, the the way it was designed. It was, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this trying to think of the right words. It was perfect. I mean, this piece, it is so massive. There's so much presence. It's so dynamic. There's so much going on to this piece. And the real things that I really do love about this, that I think that are just truly incredible, is the sheer amount of detail that shows that Sideshow has gone up in quality over the years. Yes, there's been those pieces where people think that they jump down a couple notches, but then they release something like this Man-Bat, the Berserker Wolverine, their Moon Knight, things like that, where it's like, holy shit, we have great talent in the books. And I wish that we would see a lot more of this, and hopefully this means that we are going to be seeing a lot more of this with Sideshow. Of course, with that Killer Croc coming out as well. The sheer amount of detail that this piece has is beautiful. The translucent wings and the way that they sculpted that and the way it was painted, the behind the scene videos that I am very excited to be watching of the way that the artists painted this is just amazing. Like the way that the jeans were done on this piece is very amazing. The texture difference in this piece, because you got the different texture in the pants, the arms, the wings, the fur, and even the head. There's all has its own little differences that when you're staring at this piece, there's so much to look at where you're like, wow, I like this detail here and there in the back. The base is another thing to talk about that was amazing. Like the little bits and details. Like, one of the things that I really liked with the base was the implements of the 1942 and all of that, and the rust at the bottom where the poles meet, in the way that they were able to make dirty metal that's kind of been just older and then implement it into rust was super awesome and very well done and executed to the max, in my opinion. Some big things that we need to talk about right off the bat, where if you do purchase this statue or you are thinking about purchasing this statue, things to be careful for. This is a very fragile piece. I am very surprised my wings weren't broken. We did have the smallest break, so I am going to be reaching out to Sideshow to see what they can do. If not, it's an easy, just paint over it and it'll be fine. It's nothing that was too bad at all. If you guys watch the unboxing, you'll see what I mean. But it's very fragile. Like, those wings are some of the hardest things to figure out. Like, in my opinion. So the first thing I just will say is just watch the out of the box unboxing. As soon as you watch that and watch how he puts the wings in, it makes it way less stressful, because the wings are so fragile and they sit so close to the bat signal that it makes it to where it gets a little scary. And John and I were both sitting there having a heart attack, wondering if this was gonna key in correctly. Because if you guys do own the Moon Knight, there were some struggles with assembly, and it did make it a little bit nerve-wracking at times. And that's how I felt with this Man-Bat, and it does make it a little nerving, and I will have some posting some photos on screen so you guys can see what I mean, is the gap issue that is on the arm. There is a little bit of a gap there, and so people worrying about the seams in the arms, they are there, but they're not as noticeable. I'd say on the right arm, it's a lot more noticeable than the left arm, but the way you have it positioning, the way it's standing, it's not going to be something that's noticeable, and in my opinion, it's not a deal breaker for the piece. There's so much going on, there's so much of this, you're not even going to notice it. You're really not. I'm sitting here looking right at the piece, and it's not something you're going to be sitting here staring at. But yes, you just be very careful. There's a lot of fragile pieces with this when it comes to the pants, the nails on the statue, so when you are keying it in onto the signal, just make sure to be careful and don't knock the claw on the base there. It is very much possible. But just make sure to be careful. It is a very fragile piece. Just make sure to take your time with it, like I did, and eventually it will work out. Things will get frustrating, but just, just be very careful with it. And that's just coming from someone that has had breakages and pieces before. And so it was just like, it was nerve-wracking. So, yeah, that was all I really had with that. With the nits and picks and grites, everything else, in my opinion, it still makes it a 10. With those flaws, I still didn't think that it flew away. Another thing, right before we leave, we're going to talk about is the light-up features. They are great. They are perfect. Oop, get a little focus up here. They are perfect. I think that they are very bright. You saw in the videos that we were making that there is a lot of brightness that covers the room when this light comes on, and it was really cool to see the different ones, because you have the flashing white, as you guys are seeing right now. You have the flashing red and the solid red and white. I really think it's cool that this makes it seem like it's an embryo. When you're looking at this piece, like, I know that's kind of nasty to think about, but that's what it looks like when you're looking at these wings, and the way it brightens up the how translucent it is. It looks like an embryo, and it is disgusting. It's gross, and it makes it add to a lot more of this creepiness, the horror that Man-Bat is. Am I mad that we didn't get a swap out head? No, but it would have been cool, and it definitely makes me want to reach out to some custom people that make heads and definitely try to get a custom head made for Man-Bat here. That'd be really cool to see. Especially have more of the human portrait of him coming out and more of Man-Bat coming out on the other side. That'd be cool. But yeah, so that was kind of really my full thoughts and reviews on this piece. I am very happy with it. I think that Sideshow definitely knocked it out of the park with this piece. It should be patting their hands on their back and celebrating with this, because this is, in my opinion, one of the best statues that Sideshow has made. It's up there with, in my opinion, Thanos on Throne, the Gladiator Hulk, and pieces like that. And I'm gonna stick with that. I have been thinking on that, and I really do believe that. I do believe that this will win quarter scale statue of the year. This is a beautiful piece, and definitely a must-have for Batman fans. If you guys did get this piece, let me know what you guys thought about in the comments, and if you guys just are watching the video because you're curious on it, let me know what you guys think. That was kind of it for that. We do have more statue unboxings coming. Should be not too long from when this video gets put on the channel. We do have a XM piece that we are going to be unboxing, which it will be the Winter Soldier. That will be really cool. I'm excited for that one, and got some other couple pieces as well. And I like to buy stuff on the aftermarket, so things always come in. We do have a pre-order hopefully coming in the next month and a half. Should be Femto, but we don't know. It's Prime 1, so if it gets delayed, we'll see from there. But that's kind of all I had for Man-Bat. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And also, I'll see you guys later. Got some cool art stuff coming later on the channel, but that's the issue there. So, also, first video in the new collectible room, guys. How crazy is that? I know. We're going places. We're getting there. I'll be getting up there soon. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.